Welcome, viewers of all kinds, and to our Mission Oak Talon podcast. And today we're going to talk about some memorable moments that happened this year. DJ, play my intro. So, coming up first to tell them their memorable memory here at Mission Oak is going to be Israel.
Okay, so my memorable memory of Mission Oak is Mr. Hazelwood telling me to go to the rain room. He's threatening me. It's pretty funny.
Didn't that happen 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, it happened May 11th, 2022.
At what time?
I don't know.
Is it
May 11th.
What does that imply about your
What time is it right now?
That I didn't want to be here.
What is the rain room actually?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh.
Explain.
The room where you go because you did something bad.
Why is it called rain?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't it
Why are you
respect,
asking me all these questions?
Do you have an umbrella for the rain?
integrity? I don't know.
Entertainment, integrity.
Integrity, entertainment, national, society, natural. I don't know. I don't know how you spell rain. To be honest with you.
Alright.
Is that your only memory you have here for sure?
Yeah.
Nice.
We should pass. That memory is so great that we should pass this on to Mari. What's your memory?
Thank you, Mel. Well, one of my favorite memories was during soccer season. It was December 16th, 2021. I had gone to my first tournament, my soccer tournament, and I just remember all of us being really, really nervous. And it was only because we had never played against these teams. It was just a lot. And our coaches were kind of stressing us out. They were giving us a lot of advice, pep talks. But we got there, and I don't know. It was just we all showed a lot of team effort, and I don't know. It was really, really fun, and we actually ended up winning a lot. We got third place.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. So going up to say their memory is one of the stinkies, Diego.
What's up? So I'm gonna be basic, and I'm gonna say prom is my favorite memory. Just I feel like that's a really obvious choice, but I'm gonna say it anyways because I can't think of anything else. And honestly, I didn't think prom would be as fun as it was. I thought it'd be boring and the food would be bad, and I was kind of surprised that it wasn't. So I don't really regret going there. So
When was this?
May 7th at Country M Ranch.
Dang. Yeah, what's the food? Bussin'
It
buses?
was what do I remember? It was I remember the tri-tips were good and the rice was good, but it was all cold by the time I got back.
The
So,
chicken was definitely seasoned by somebody not of color because of the season.
Yeah.
The seasoning of it was so weird. It was really soft and tender though.
Was it just salt and pepper?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I had that.
start bringing your own seasoning. Bring your own food.
All right, so we should move on. Maybe Gustavo. Do you have one too or no?
Yes, I did. Have
Okay.
one. I'd say my favorite memory is my first high school basketball game. That was on November 12th, 2021. It was against Lindsay, and I played on varsity, so I was pretty fun. And we did win, 54-50.
I love how you said all this with the card that's empty. Like you knew everything. You just went off. All you needed was a
Great
tiger.
memory. Yeah.
Were you nervous at all?
No, I thrive under pressure.
Whoa.
Did you say you're on?
Wait,
that
did they
right
win?
set?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Spaced
they
out.
won.
Did they win? Oh.
That's fun.
What about you, Jose? The one I'm pointing at. This one.
My favorite memory, going back to what Diego was talking about prom, it was more the build up to it. So actually asking my girlfriend to prom. I didn't think I'd have to ask 3 years in, but apparently you have to still ask 3 years in, and I was being pressured by her friends. But it was cool. I woke up at 6. I walked to the donut shop that's down my house. Had to get that because I didn't want to waste gas. I'm crazy. I go to school, made some stickers, wrote prom, and I set that up in an hour. First period, because they had the same first period. So, but the thing was, whenever I actually was getting ready to set things up, I told one of her friends, "All right, I'm gonna go this way. Take her outside and leave her outside that way." I hear footsteps coming. I'm like, "There's no way they managed to mess this up." I I look over a little, I glance, and guess what? They messed things up. So I go running with a box of donuts in my hand across the 100 building outside here. Come back in, put it all on her desk, lay it all out, wait for her to come back.
The real question is, did she say yes?
No.
She said no.
She was going to.
What about you, other Jose? Oh yeah, you're memory. You might want to speak up because you're kind of far. Hold on. There you go.
Under my favorite memory, I put the fair day because it was the first time I went to go meet up with someone who ended up being my partner of a few months now.
Hmm.
I just wanted to go to the fair. It was hot, it was expensive, but it was really easy because we hit it off, and it was like we've been like best friends for like 30 years, despite only meeting like 2
Whoa.
months before that.
So you're telling me you're like 30 something
It
years?
was like the way it just flowed, like the conversation.
Wow, I actually thought you were 30 for a minute.
I did too.
So while we're with the Stinkies, we should probably finish it off with Joanne,
All right.
the ultimate Stinky.
I say,
I'm just kidding.
So I'd say my favorite moment of my senior year was formal. I say formal was like one of my top moments. It was like on December 4th, and I it was like the first time I actually like really like, because I never really went out to like really such like wore cat like really formal clothing, like tie and all that. I never really did all that, but like doing it the first time, it felt really good, and then like I was really doing really well on the dance floor. All types of that. I was busting it down. I was grooving. I was moving.
Schmooving.
What's up? I was in my bag, bro. I was dapper.
Dude, he slayed the floor, huh?
I was the king of that floor.
Can you demonstrate?
Demonstration? Such a audio listener.
Speaking of Joanne, your what would you call it? Signature dance move or whatever?
My signature dance move?
Yeah.
Can you describe that for us?
Yeah, describe it in detail.
So I stand up, I get my arms up, and I start moving my hips in a circle.
So you're creating a SpongeBob bubble?
Yeah,
Like,
SpongeBob bubble.
bring it around
Yeah,
town.
During prom, me and Rolando, we jumped into, because it was like this huge circle everyone was dancing around. Me and Rolando jumped in and we did your dance.
Yeah, Rolando. I heard Rolando wanted to do that. He was working on it like the day before formal. He was like, "Juwan,
to
I
get
need
it
to
right.
work. I need to precisely work on my dance move that you have." So he started doing it like a random touch. He starts like out of nowhere. We're just chilling in the lunch, like in lunch. He starts just practicing. And I was like, "Man, this form's doing pretty good. Yeah, he did really well at the formal. I say we had to touch it." Yeah, look at that.
Okay, so
Like 200? I'm talking about 200.
Crank it.
so Lonnie, do you have a memory you have prepared for us?
I do. So I don't remember much from my AP chemistry class. I usually don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But there was one day, it was October 19th, 2021, and we ended up, this wasn't planned really, but we ended up sharing 2 rotisserie chickens in class. So it was fun.
Were they from Costco?
Yeah, what were the chickens
No,
from?
they were not. They were
What?
from
Target.
Fusco?
Target.
Smart and final.
Save Mart? Is that?
I'd never have rotisserie chicken.
I think so.
Chicken in there. And you ate.
Was it really
You
good?
quite literally ate.
Rotisserie.
We
Was it
did.
rotisserie really well?
What?
Was it rotisserie really well?
Rotisserie.
I don't even remember.
I don't think you're
So put it
present
in
right
back,
now.
bro, you know.
She's even present.
I'm a ghost.
Are you okay?
Look at
Okay.
me.
Jaylee, would you like to say your food-related story as well?
Yeah, this one's really good. This one's really good. So I'm gonna talk about the time that I absolutely demolished.
In
the
other
curry
words,
pizza.
Hobble
At
gobble?
school. Hobble gobbled the curry pizza, bread and wings at school.
Dang.
It was during my homework lab. It was really
Okay.
nice. We actually DoorDashed the pizza, and it ended up coming like 20 minutes or like 15 minutes before like my period ended. So we literally had to
Oh.
like eat that so fast. We had to scarf it down so fast before our next period. It was so good.
Was it expensive?
Just swallow, don't
It
you
was
eat?
very expensive. It was like 40.
Oh.
40?
40?
And you tell me you didn't savor it? You just like swallowed, no chew? Imagine. Whoa. It like all evaporated as soon as you put it back. Okay. Denise, would you like to share yours since you're all the way back there?
Yeah. My
She's taking the laptop as well.
my favorite memory that was school related was probably on September 22, 2021. My first tennis game at Monachi. I almost threw my racket to the girl that I was against because I lost by 1 point, but I still had a good time. We threw tennis balls at each other while we weren't playing a match, and I had to go up to a boy for a snap for my friend, but he ended up turning like we found out he was gay, so that
Who was that friend?
The plot twist?
No,
Turntable.
Yeah.
The turn of the tables. Oh my
yeah,
God.
and we went to the gym and we screamed like really loud and ran out of the gym because there was like boys playing basketball practicing. Yeah, it was fun.
Wow, so he really was playing for a different team.
Now.
Okay, so Heidi, do you feel comfortable sharing? Or no?
I think my favorite memory would just have to be going out to take pictures for yearbook and journalism, and then going home and looking through them, and just seeing which ones like were good or not. And then I think my favorite time I went to take pictures was the last soccer game I went to, which was on January 20th, and it was against Union.
Okay. I think that's the first person I heard in this class that actually completed the journalism work. So I'm like, so
We were just there taking photos, right? And during the first half, we were losing badly. We sucked. Giantly thought we were gonna lose. We were just there contemplating life. Like, why do we go if we're gonna lose? Like, that's embarrassing.
And well, I just remember during the half, before the second half started, I remember me and Anaisa just sitting there contemplating, praying. I don't know, we were just really we were disappointed, but at the same time we felt like we could still like, somewhat tie, if not like, beat them. And while we were praying, I just remember all the guys huddling up and doing their speech, hyping each other up and just telling them to keep pushing. And so the second half started, and I just remember us like all of a sudden just scoring. We just kept scoring and scoring. And I don't know, everything after that was just somewhat of a blur, but it was just a lot of excitement. And when we did win, it was the cleanest catch I've ever seen. So like I was just like, wow. I just remember me and Anaisa running to each other from across the field and bumping into each other like, a signature football move. And yeah, it was just really, really memorable. I was really happy. We almost cried.
Well, I did cry.
I did cry.
We ended up having an undefeated EYO season, and we scored 60 to 38 that football game.
ooh. The one thing I remember from a football game with you guys is when we were all like taking pictures. I think it was the last one that we did, right? And I just remember Maddie coming up on me with like a pickle, and she was like, eating, was it a hot pickle or was it like
Just a regular pickle.
And you're like eating the pickle, and then you thought it was like gross, right? You're like,
Yes,
why are you eating a
yes.
raw pickle? And then I joined in saying, well, it's a pickle, and I ate it, and I said it was pretty good. So I don't know what was up with that. That's what I remembered. I myself have kind of like two memories. I'm gonna pick them short because I can't really pick between the two. So the first one is called Nerf guns. A certain teacher, who I'm not naming for legal reasons, bought Nerf guns for school for I don't know what reason, but I just saw they were there, and everybody was like shooting them, right, shooting at targets or whatever. And at first, when I like grabbed the gun and loaded, I loaded it in wrong. I put like the bullet backwards because I never shot like a Nerf gun before. But then when I got the hang of it and I started like shooting things, I realized I got increasingly better. So I was just like, oh my gosh, is this like my calling? Is this a talent? So then one time, like Miss Reed, oh shoot. I'm just kidding. Cut that out. Cut that out. Shh. I mean, never mind. Okay, they told me to show a picture in their thing, and it was Abraham Lincoln. They had it was Abraham Lincoln, and I mean, I got it. I hit the shot, so you can really say I turned into John Wilkes Booth that day.
She's a natural.
Yeah, it was scary. And the second one's pretty short, but there was a funny memory. It's because it was really recently. I don't know, like last week or something, when we went to cultural history to go see this play in Palo Alto. And so, like, the idea of putting like 6 teenagers in a van like for 3 hours with a switch probably isn't the best idea. Because it was just really fun. People were attacking each other. I remember one time a certain person grabbed like the seat, like the little cushion in the back from another person in front of them, and they like started fighting each other, which I have on film, which is kind of funny because like they just kept hitting them with the cushion thingy, and then I found the sound effect was like boing, like the cartoon one. But the funniest part about it was that when we're coming back we like went to Round Table afterwards. On the outside, we're like in this rich part because there's a bunch of like Porsches in like Palo Alto. And so this person, like one of like the 2 friends I was with, decided to take pictures in front of the Porsche, right? Because like what people do, expensive cars. And he was kind of like throwing up stuff. But then when he was taking pictures, we went back into the van. And since we sit in the back, we turned around and we realized there were people sitting in the car. And there was this old couple that came out of the play, and I just turned around and I was in complete disbelief. And it's on his Instagram. We looked back and we're like, oh no, there's people in the car.
Oh wow.
It was really funny. Do you have a favorite memory, Mr. Hazelwood?
Oh, yes. Mine would have to be the Tulare Union game because it just went from disappointing to like it just kept getting better. Just when you thought we were done scoring, there was another touchdown, and it was just really, really exciting. And whatever is on Aisa's card that she's pointing at.
Those are scores.
Those are scores. She has scores there. So yes, that was really exciting.
All right, I guess this is the end of our first podcast of the year, right? Are we doing more? Maybe, maybe not. I think so.
Murder.
Oh, we're doing murder. No, we're
Explain that part.
We're not murdering, so we're just talking about murder. So I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Adios.